Just trying to find a way to... Hi guys! How are you guys doing? Well, it's noon right now, so we're just waiting for Run River North to come on live here. Hello! Oh man, it's really filling up. Now we've got a bunch of you here. From Brazil, wow. I see my mom's on, that's great. Yay, Run River North is on. Okay, I'm going to just add them. Just adding Run River North, and then hopefully they will. Yay! How's it going?
Good, good. It's just me. It's just so you know, Daniel and Sally they're at their house, so I couldn't get them together. So
yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I wonder if they maybe have been somewhat like working together in court, or I didn't know if it would just be you, Alex, or if it would be like all three of you, or
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having us, and thank you for the podcast. It was a lot of fun to listen to, and
yeah,
like pre-corona, so yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting. Like, I basically recorded all of the episodes, you know, before all of this happened, and sometimes it's nice to like, I don't know, it's sort of, I find it nice to like go back and listen to those conversations, and then also it feels a little bit also like a different world in a way, or you know, I don't know, I go like, I like it, and then I also go like, wow, it's like so much has changed, and yeah, so I just kind of wanted to, I thought this would be fun for people who haven't, you know, didn't get a chance yet to hear the podcast, just to be introduced to you and Run River North, and just to get to know you a little bit, and maybe it would inspire them to, you know, listen to the podcast and also like check out you guys' music.
Really
but
great.
We did cover, what's that?
Thank you so much. Really
yeah. We did cover so much, you know, like in the podcast, but yeah, so I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like quarantine and what you've been up to, and I guess first, like, have you just been in LA this whole time, or how has it been like for you? I know it started now quite a few months ago, but
yeah, mostly. I mean, like, my wife and I made one trip down to San Diego just for her birthday, but I stayed in LA, quarantining, and then with the band, we've been kind of really busy.
Oh, you have, yeah, because you've been releasing music. Like I've been seeing it, yeah.
Yeah, we've been so right when quarantine hit, we went independent and no label.
Okay.
And my friends got me into Patreon, so I kind of went on a deep dive into what we can do as a band for Patreon.
Yeah.
6 singles, so we figured we can just like split the Patreon month. Like every month you get a song that's eventually going to come out, and we're putting an album at the end of the year, and that's kind of keeping us on track with stuff to do, since we don't have shows to do. I've been just like enjoying being a Patreon band, so yeah.
What kinds of things are you doing on Patreon? Just releasing the songs, or are you doing like live type things, or?
Yeah, well, we're doing like we do like Zoom with some of our tiered Patreon. I'm like learning all this stuff. I think it's because I'm like showing my age, but I just figured out Discord, and it's like a chat room just for your patrons. And honestly, that has been the craziest thing, because like we have now a bunch of fans who are now friends who become our Twitter team, our street team, and they've been helping like vote on K-Rock's like locals only. We switched like Sally has baking recipes, and some of our fans have been like switching that, and it's like a great place to be. Along with, I do a lot of drawings, so I draw our artwork that has already been drawn, and we send them out. we do like thank you notes to our fans. And I had this like one tier, which was like our $50 tier. I thought it was gonna be like a unicorn tier. Like we'll get like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
And the prize for that was if you're a patron for 6 months, you get tickets to our shows for a full year.
Yeah.
And I thought that's, you know, it's a good trade-off. And we have like over 25 of our fans in that tier. And I thought like we were talking about that earlier, to have like a group of fans and you play to those rather than like you go play to everybody. And it's been like see who these people are and like know them by name, and like Sarah, Jacob, all these people are just like super fans, and we get to like hang out with them, you know, in a nice capacity. So that's what Patreon has been like.
Yeah. And what's cool is you get to know those fans, but then they tell their friends, and like it's a more like slow organic growth rather than like, oh, we got this like hit song on whatever, you know? And they're there for you like in a longer way. That's cool that you joined Patreon. I've been noticing like a lot of artists now, just like from Instagram, you know, like deciding to join Patreon because it is a really good way to, I mean, I haven't joined it. I've looked into it a little bit, but like it's nice to hear you're having such a good experience with it. Like that's really cool.
Yeah, I think things like IG Live like this, it's kind of the world of Patreon, where you're just kind of, it's not like, oh, here's a show, here's a song, and then that's it, you know? Like, it kind of goes a bit deeper, but, like, there's still a level of, you know, there's, like, a level of intimacy, but also you can, like, decide how much you want to give.
Yeah.
And just getting, like, insights into the fact that you love coffee and you wanted to hang out with, you know, all your favorite artists. Like, that's... Yeah. You're already doing Patreon-y things, and so...
yeah. But it kind of gives you, like, a platform where it can all, like, live, and... Yeah. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm curious, have you guys been like writing or trying to do that? Now, are you guys like seeing each other at all, or is it mostly just staying in your separate houses? And
we've like in the first month we didn't see each other, and then we did like a weekly live from my house, and then they surprised me by coming to my apartment unannounced, but obviously like sterilized or whatever. And like, you know, it's hard to like, you hear a lot, and you know, we always wear masks and everything, but we still have things like we've done IG lives together, we've recorded songs separately, and we've gotten up together. We're actually doing a recording today of a bunch of songs live, and we want to kind of like do a really like solid piece where we do 3 or 4 of our songs recorded well, and then in a space all together. So we're doing that. Daniel's birthday was last Saturday, and he proposed to Sally as well. So that,
oh my god, I had no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah. And
that's so exciting.
So like we see each other obviously, and obviously Daniel and Sally are gonna see a lot more of each other in a bigger way.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
For your band too, I guess. Just you're like family now, all of you.
Yeah,
I guess you already were in a way.
Officially the third wheel in my own band, and then Susan, my wife, probably needs to join so that we can balance it out. But
yeah, I've been noticing like you've been sharing a lot of like your food and stuff on Instagram. Before this, you were saying you were not on Instagram as much, and then like now I've been noticing specifically you. Is there a reason for that, or just because quarantine you were like, well, this is a way I can connect?
I think we've like established some boundaries, and it's like kind of like ridiculous to hear, but it's really helped me out, because like I feel like if I'm like really serious about the little things like Instagram, then it helps me to just be really serious about, you know, like the big things. So like all I do, I share stories of my wife cooking and band stuff. I consciously stay away from the Explorer page, don't look at any stories, and I just comment when people or when fans comment on our stuff. And it sounds like, oh, why do you have to go through these certain measures? But it helps me just to like keep it efficient and like, okay, this is just for work, and you know, you get glimpses of our lives, and then like I don't like go to that level ever of like, how did I get to like, you know, world star for the 8th time or something. So
Yeah, I think especially like right now, I know I'm like just spending a lot of time by myself, and like the Instagram usage can get out of control. And like I do think sometimes going like, okay, these are the exact kind of things I share, and like
yeah,
our special like
yeah,
considerations, but kind of like defining. But even in that, deciding like, how much time can I spend on all these things just to stay like mentally like healthy, and like you said, putting and taking control of your own time too, because otherwise, like you said, it can just be like hours of scrolling.
yeah,
And yeah, I do think deciding what, if you want people to see like the cool meals you guys make or the cool meals that you guys order, like that's a fun
yeah,
way to let people into your life, but maybe there's still boundaries of other things that it's like, no, I don't let you into this part of my life. Just
exactly.
these are the things I'm like comfy sharing about like my personal life, or yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good. I try to do that even though I feel like it changes a lot.
yeah,
I try to like list out like, okay, these are the kinds of things I share and
yeah,
these I don't,
yeah,
But
yeah.
I guess it's trial and error a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, yeah, you gotta, and you make mistakes, and then you go, okay, shoot, that was a little too deep. But then sometimes you find out stuff that you can share, and you're, like, I didn't expect that we were gonna share some of our food, and not realizing people really like the
Like
Korean
like
food.
it?
So, yeah, that they really like it, and
Yeah.
seemed like, okay, I can do this, and then kind of just like gauging that, and then seeing how much of it does it affect your life, and even then, like I try not to share every single meal because then I don't get to enjoy my food with my wife. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah,
There's another artist we had on the podcast, Ron Pope, and he actually he had a similar thing where he was just kind of like once in a while sharing stuff about his dinners that he was making on Sunday nights, and he realized like how much fans really enjoyed like seeing that part of his life.
yeah,
So it became like this sort of like every Sunday night
yeah.
thing
Oh,
where
that's
he
cool.
would process. Yeah, and it was just kind of like a new way to like let fans in a little bit.
Yeah,
So that's cool.
yeah.
I have like all my little questions.
Yes.
Um, well, your next single is it going to be Pretty Lies, or what's
Yeah.
your next single? Okay, cool.
Nice. So it worked
Well,
out. It worked
yeah,
perfectly.
it was kind of perfect timing because you can hear you guys' performance on the podcast, and then
Yeah,
you can buy it
yeah,
next
yeah.
week, download it or whatever.
Like we coordinated this. This is incredible.
Yeah. And then how many will you release after that? You said you have 6 total that you're.
We have total. So we have, this is our second one, and then we have 4 more. It's almost like we're becoming. Uh, since we went independent, it's like we're all over.
Yeah.
And like just like there's us to blame if these songs don't do well.
Yeah. Oh, you're frozen a little bit, but I think you're coming back. I hope you're coming back. Oh no, you froze. Wait, I might. Oh, are you back? I can't hear you, but okay, say something. I'll see if I. No. Okay, I'll reconnect. Yeah, we'll reconnect. Okay, come back. Okay. Okay, you guys, we'll be right back. I'm gonna restart the live and see if that helps. Okay, cool. Hey guys, we froze, but hopefully you're all coming back onto the live. I'm just gonna quick pin the podcast so you can check that out. And we'll just wait for Alex to come back. I'm sure I'll see him soon. Oh, hey, while we're waiting for Alex, I want to let you guys know I started a special Facebook group just for. Oh, hello. I'm reading all your comments now. I started a special Facebook group just for my caffeine withdrawal. So if you specifically want to talk about coffee or music, coffee shops you love, coffee companies you love, musicians you love, you can go to my Facebook group, which I'll put in my stories after we're done with this live. But if you are a My Caffeine Withdrawal super fan, then you can join our special group. And everyone has to be like approved and stuff, so it'll be fun. I'm trying to think of new ways to sort of engage specifically with the people that are listening to My Caffeine Withdrawal. Yay, Ren River North, or Alex is back. Hello, yay! It's okay. This has happened on other lives. I think this is just what it is. Wi-Fi technology. Oh, so what is like your favorite thing? Is there? I mean, obviously this is a really heavy time.
Yeah.
And hard time for a lot of people. But is there anything about this? I guess specifically with music and the band and everything that has been good, that you're like, oh, this is something I want to carry over into, when things kind of, I don't want to say go back to normal, but open up a bit more. Yeah.
I think we had already, I think one of the things is that if we weren't allowed to play live shows or tour in the same capacity, because that's kind of like, I don't know, I think maybe, I feel like other bands can feel this, but like, when you get to a certain level and you're touring, but then you don't get like the festivals or like the tickets to get next level, do you see yourself just like playing the same venues over and over every year? And so that kind of like it developed a lot of anxiety, at least for me. And when like live shows were all about you face to face, like, do you still want to do music? Like, why do it? Like, is it only to like play in front of like fans and like do a live show, or what is it about music you really like? And for me, I felt like it got us into this point of like, even if we don't play live shows, do we still want to share all these songs? Do we still want to like promote songs and be a band? And I think it's kind of shifted our focus and perspective about what music is for us personally, and then different platforms like Patreon, or just like to showcase our songs digitally only. Like, are we still okay with that, and how can we share our message? And because like the live aspect is so important and such a big part of like an artist, a musician's life. And when we take that out, like, does the art still kind of stay, does it still thrive, or does it shrivel after that, or is it only a live, spectacle? And so I think writing songs just for the sake of having songs out for people to listen to, like, I feel like that's something I'm coming back to. Like, it's not about like, oh, an album or a live show that I prepare for. Just like writing a song that I want to write and then sing, and then hopefully someone else connects to it, and then like purifies the whole process in a sense. So I feel like that's been my personal takeaway from this, like, purifying the whole songwriting experience and
there is something too about like, even though performing live shows is so fun, do you ever feel like, having like less options, like you were saying, the kind of burden of like, well, what kind of venues should we be playing, and do we really want to be doing that? And it is quite an investment of like time and finances, and I guess there's something, like you were saying, something about like simplifying and figuring out what parts you like is important. And
and it kind of showcases the song too. It's like, hey, the song should live like by itself, just a recording, and if it's good there, and if it gets more traction, then you can get some more money to do music videos or go on tour. But if you're always just like worried about the spectacle of the song and not even like thinking, is the song good, you know? And
Yeah.
you're just, oh, can I just play it on stage at Coachella? That'll be epic, rather than like, am I even being honest with myself with the song? I think.
Yeah. Have you been able to write during this time? And in addition, has there been any sort of like routine you've been able to fall into since
Yeah.
with being creative?
It's been pretty hectic. I feel like I had to go from getting like, can I still work at my coffee shop job?
Yeah.
Or do I, you know, how do I file for unemployment, and then can I still go for that, or should I like looking for another job?
Yeah.
You know?
Are you working now? Or is the what was the coffee shop you were working at? I forget.
I was working downtown. It was called Dulce Dos. It's part of the Dulce family. And when I started working there during the quarantine, it was so empty that that's how we shot the Spiders music video. It was
okay.
Time, so we just did like these one take shots with no one bothering us. But then at a certain point, I guess, you know, you get like an additional $600 from the federal government if you like don't work at all. So
yeah.
let me do that for like, you know, as long as I can. So it's just been like recently where like I don't do that, but then I don't know, with my wife we're trying to like an Amazon business.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to just do different things. We started a garden, like all the Corona stuff. Like we have like a little garden in the back.
Yeah.
We're trying to do as much yoga as we can together.
Yeah.
And I think the Patreon.
Just enjoy the different, like in the time together, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there any music you've been listening to during this time specifically? Like, I know for me, the first couple of weeks, I was like Rilo Kiley. I don't know why. I don't know if it was like a nostalgic, like junior high school thing, but I like was nonstop. It felt like very soothing to me. But what about, have you been listening to anything in particular?
I have. I think in the past like week, I've listened to Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher album.
Oh, yeah.
25 times. I think she's killing it. And
yeah.
Yeah.
That album is so good.
Yeah, she's doing well. I feel like, because I saw her perform, her like James Corden performance was hilarious. I think she's just, this album is like really good. Like that, it's been a while, because like usually like how I love to get inspired to write, listening to other artists and then listening to their songs, and when a lyric or an idea like gets me, I start writing as if I'm like talking back to that artist.
Yeah.
And with Phoebe's album, like I feel like I'm just doing that constantly. So like it feels like that's where a lot of like newer, you know, lyrics are gonna come from. Just, you know, I think that, and like a friend of mine just got me said you should go real deep into like the Zombies and George Harrison and go for some, like folk stuff. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna go into that, like, you know, realm for too. So
yeah, that's awesome. And then what about any good TV shows? I'm just asking now for like my own entertainment.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what have we been watching, Susan? Hold on, sorry. Here's my wife.
Hi.
Hi.
We've been fasting.
We've been trying to take a break, because we literally like we went through a whole anime phase. So like the last Airbender, I think we finished that within like 4 days.
Yeah.
And then but what, I don't know, before that, what were we watching? Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm not sure. What have you been watching?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching Normal People. I watched all of, which was great. High Fidelity, I've watched like 3 times in a row because I love Zoe Kravitz. And I just was like, I don't know. Yeah, I think for a while I was watching too much news, and I don't know. I started to feel like in the evenings, like I just didn't feel like it. So I'd rather like call a friend or listen to music. Seemed more helpful to my like brain.
I totally agree. and I think
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you
Unless
been
it was like, there are some movies that I've been like, oh yeah, I should go back and like watch like some of my favorite movies, or I don't know. Yeah. But
Yeah, I think me too. I think I want to slow down and like just watch a movie or like read a book or do some
mhm.
time. Because I feel like with TVs, it doesn't seem like it's taking time because like sometimes it's just 40 minutes or 30 minutes, and then like 10 hours goes by. So like I'm just like,
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up, but I want to make sure to mention to everyone that your new single comes out next week. Is that right?
Yeah, it's coming out on next Friday.
Okay, cool. And if you want to hear it early, you can hear it on the podcast.
Mhm.
And then your other single, Spiders, is out right now, right? Or is
Yes.
there? Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it for now. I was telling them before you got here that we sussed for people who love My Caffeine Withdrawal. And so if you really love this podcast, join, and we're going to do special things like, coffee recipes and, playlists and stuff like that. So I'll put that in my stories when we wrap it up here.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, thanks for coming on really quick, and I hope you have a really good. Are you guys doing anything for the weekend? Or I guess it's like now in LA the coronavirus is like really bad. So I don't know about you, but I'm like just staying home. But yeah.
Yeah. I think one of our friends' birthday is July 4th, so I'm really excited.
Okay.
Now we get to celebrate him instead of like having to do that. That might, and then hopefully they'll like do some stuff out there, and
Yeah. When do they leave for that?
like Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, they're living an exciting life. They're like, I don't care.
Amazing.
I'm gonna get engaged. I'm gonna go to Korea.
Yeah, like do all the things.
So they're gonna have fun. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's awesome. But thank you for coming on quick today and hanging out for a minute. Yeah, it's good to like catch up.
Yeah.
See what everybody's doing, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll join the Facebook group and we'll share some coffee recipes, and maybe if it settles down a little bit, and once Daniel and Sally come back for we should all hang out and do some more coffee stuff.
Yeah, I would love that. All right, well, stay healthy, and you guys, thank you for tuning in. I feel like we had a lot of people in and out of the